64% of Republicans say that Donald Trump's the greatest living American religious figure. Do you agree?
Yes. Yeah, I know that God is with him and will enable him and carry him, and he has been the strength to do what he's been able to do in, bringing the money to the farmers in Iowa and in building that wall, the distance that he did.
Do you think the wall is a Christian thing?
Yes, definitely. I do.
In what way?
Bring them in legally. Nothing wrong with immigrants coming in, but do it legal.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here. And what is it that makes MAGA believe that Donald Trump is a man of faith? Donald Trump never talks about his religious beliefs. He doesn't have a favorite Bible verse or seem to have any biblical knowledge for that matter. Yet a high percentage of the Republican base believe that Donald was sent by God on a holy mission to save the country from the Democrats.
What about President Biden, who goes to church every Sunday and is...
You can call yourself a Christian, but I don't know that he knows who he is anymore, because he says he's not for abortion, but he's for you the right to kill your baby. And I think the Republicans better be a little careful on this abortion thing, because I seen a documentary the other night, these women.
So let me just say, Biden said he's not for abortion, but he's for the right to kill a baby?
Yeah, basically. Well, he doesn't say that, but well, it's a right for the woman to kill her baby, basically.
While TYT's Michael Shure was interviewing some of Trump's evangelical base, Donald was criticizing evangelical leaders for not backing his 2024 presidential campaign. Donald had made some comments to a conservative journalist on Monday in which he called out conservative leaders.
That's a sign of disloyalty. There's great disloyalty in the world of politics, and that's a sign of disloyalty because nobody, as you know, and you would know better than anybody because you do such a great job, nobody has ever done more for right to life than Donald Trump.
In his remarks to the reporter, Donald bragged about appointing 3 Supreme Court justices and getting Roe v. Wade overturned. Donald, who also accused abortion opponents of being responsible for the stinging midterm losses in 2022. That was the red wave that never happened. Donald had asserted that hardline stances such as the no exceptions agenda had done more harm than good. This seems to be the dividing issue between evangelical leaders and Donald Trump right now. The groups are simply not endorsing Donald Trump for president at this point, and Donald is being vengeful. Low-level Trump supporters like the caucus captains that Michael Shure interviewed are either ignorant to the fact or are willing to compromise their own principles.
64% of Republicans polled think that Donald Trump is a very religious man. Do you think that squares with the person you see? Is that something that you find him to be very religious?
Well, most Christians aren't perfect. So that's what we're known for. Nobody's perfect, but we are always seeking to be better, and we're always seeking to live more like Jesus Christ. And I think that Donald Trump is trying to do that.
Donald Trump, 64% of Republicans say that he's a great religious man. Do you agree with that, and why?
I believe that he, stands for religion gratefully. We're in the Judeo-Christian society mostly, and he goes to church, he prays, so he's got those things going. He talks about God and how we need help from the man upstairs. I remember that. So yeah, he definitely represents our Father as well in heaven.
These people are denying women their rights to health care and denying doctors the right to treat them. And the same people who feel that if you do not conform to their way of thinking, then you are not worthy. Now we are faced with the biggest threat to democracy since the Civil War. We all saw the Capitol being attacked, and there's no one denying why or who instigated it all. That is itself should have woken us all up, but it didn't, and it's not over. If people think that everything will be okay, think again. The same people who orchestrated January 6th are gearing up to do it again. If that doesn't scare you, it should.
64% of Republicans call him the greatest religious figure in America. Do you agree with that?
I wouldn't say that. His faith is strong, but I wouldn't. That surprises me. Yeah, that surprises me.
When will we wake up and see the danger that lies ahead? Donald Trump is not Christ, nor is he the second coming of Christ. He is exactly who he has been telling us he is every time he speaks. But evangelicals worship him and all of his evil plans. They are either blind to who he is or too ignorant to understand, choosing to ignore the dangers that lie ahead. It is imperative that we stop and pay attention and not turn a blind eye to the bad behavior. We are a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, not a government made up of dictators and authoritarianism. If we are to save our democracy, we need to get out and vote in bigger numbers than ever before. Contrary to popular belief, every vote does count. Just as every no vote counts towards the person we need to defeat to save our democracy. It is time to wake up before it's too late, and that is an absolute fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.